with Jared Ivey. So, questions, Rod?
Jared, you're playing full time now. What are some of the things that have stood out to you with all the reps you're getting back?
Shoot, I would say mostly just attention to detail down the stretch. Just having to stay locked in and doing stuff on the sideline during the game to keep yourself fresh and keep yourself ready to go to withstand a full game.
Right, Kelly?
How do your responsibilities change when you guys switch from the defense?
So they're pretty similar. We just kind of do what we do.
Somebody's phone.
Yeah, it's not that big of a difference. Oh snap!
Thankfully for the honor box. So.
All right, let's rewind. What are your different responsibilities in the odd front versus?
It's kind of just more of a what gap do you have, and we in either front we'll have the inside gap or the outside gap. So it's kind of just it depends on the play. It's just playing ball, and it doesn't really matter where you line up. It's just doing all you can to keep the gap that you're supposed to keep.
Are you comfortable even play switching?
Oh yeah, for sure. We do a lot of movement pre-snap from inside to outside, outside to inside. So yeah, we're comfortable with it all. We practice it all. So yeah. Well, when you say odd front, do you mean as a three technique?
Yeah, when you're rushing through, like you're in the field, like a 3-3, you get that as opposed to 4-3-5.
So yeah, well, that it depends more on just what we've called what we're lined up in, whether we're in a 3 or a 5. Whether we get double teamed or not, that doesn't really matter. The goal is to get off of any block that you can get off of and not let anybody block you. So that's not really something we think about or really worry about.
Rod?
What do you see in BC's offensive line? Normally big and physical. Is that where you use your moves and quickness?
This week's going to be kind of a smash mouth game. It's going to be downhill. It's going to be old school football. So yeah, it's going to be more just banging and banging and banging and holding your gap and not getting moved. So that's what we're looking to do this week.
What do you remember about the BC quarterback last year? He gave you a lot of fits. He's a hard guy to tackle.
Yeah.
Changed how you maybe approaching your pass rush.
He was a big dude. So we're just looking to hit him in his body and look to gang tackle. First guy in there look to keep him wrapped up and keep him in one spot so our pursuit can get there.
Coach Stack said instead of trying to strip you guys driving around, it's more just trying to get into the ground versus maybe the quarterbacks where you guys try to whack the ball.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's like that. Our mentality really is first man in, secure the tackle, and then following players come in and go for the football. So, yeah, we'll stay with what we do, and yeah.
Ken?
How would you describe how the morale and attitude you guys are right now?
Well, I'll say hungry. We're just hungry. We want and need to get this win. So, we're gonna put it all out there. Everybody's 100% bought in, and we still have trust in each other. There is no wavering inside the locker room. So, yeah, we're just gonna use this hunger to go out and get another W.
Kelly?
In terms of, you guys have been much closer this year than you were last year to win these games. You've been in every game except for the big game. Does that give you more confidence, or is it more frustrating? Kind of how does it play out in terms of you guys as a team? Not kind of being right on that hump, but not moving over.
It is frustrating when you put it all out there. You're giving all the effort you can give. It's frustrating when the ball doesn't roll your way at the end of the night. But we work our best to try to not let that discourage us. We're gonna come with the same energy, the same focus, day in and day out. And it's the Lord's will whether we come out on top or not. We're just gonna do everything we can do to put ourselves in a great position to win.
Rod?
Naturally, you want to go out and have a strong
understand what you're trying to ask.
Can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, could you rephrase the question?
repeat
I don't
or
really
rephrase
understand
the
what you're trying to ask.
Yeah, what is, you want to come out and have a good start in every game. That hasn't happened all the time. What is stopping you from doing that on a consistent basis?
Well, I mean, shoot, we've been playing good ball clubs. We're going out there. We're doing everything we can do. We're going and running the stuff that the coaches want for us to run. That's just how ball goes sometimes. You know, it's a game of runs. People score, people get scored on. So that's just how the game is.
Right, Kelly.
Your mom's become a very vocal member of the Georgia Tech community, and obviously she came out and was very vocal in trying to get people to support you guys. You talking about your mom, and is that always how she's been? And
Oh yeah, for as long as I can remember, that's how she's been. She's always the loudest one in the crowd. She's always decked out in team gear. So, you know, she's our biggest fan. I'm her biggest fan, and I love that she brings that energy. I love that she, you know, has made friends with the other parents, and they do their thing up there cheering us on. And we notice, you know, coaches notice, and you know, we just love that energy from everybody, the fans, families, everybody included.
Anything else for Jared? Ken?
does your back make it harder for you to play? Are there anything that's harder to do?
No, I wouldn't say that. No. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you. Okay. Next up, Devin Cochran. We'll open it right up for questions for Devin. Go ahead, Kelly. Go start.
Just in terms of, you know, where the line is, and you guys have had so much transition this year, has it been hard to find chemistry, maybe the way you guys play? Just having guys working out?
I'd say, believe it or not, no. I think adversity has got us a lot stronger. And I think week to week, no matter who's out there, we continue to, I'd say, learn how to play with each other better, actually. I mean, from what I've seen week by week, I feel like, you know, our rapport gets stronger, you know, no matter, you know, Paulo, West, and any of those guys continue to pick up the things that guys left off.
Rod?
You're facing a physical Boston College team. I imagine that's the type of game you'd like to play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 'Cause, I mean, we practice for it. You know, when you practice, you try to practice. You know, but you practice physical with these types of games in mind. These are the games where, you know, you break a run. You know, it means everything to you. When you can finally break a you know 40, 50, 60-yard run, you make the block. You know what I'm saying? You hear the band playing. You see Ja run up right behind you. That's what we look forward to. So it's a physical team. But we look at it as an opportunity to compete, really.
Ken?
Guessing just the way the season played out is what you were hoping for or planning for. How do you, I guess just personally, but also I guess as a leader, kind of get your mind about that and absorb that?
You know, there are highs and lows, but the biggest thing about really where I am right now, personally, I mean, and also as a team or as an offensive lineman or a line group, has just been improving every week. And as an individual, it's good to be able to go out there, you know, every week, find a new deficiency, work on that during the week, come out and practice it. So I mean, yeah, it's not necessarily where I wanted it to go. However, every week is another experience that I look forward to. Every day with Coach Key, with the guys, with Paula, it's always another thing I look forward to.
Kelly?
I guess, you know, on Saturday, West gets thrown in there as a like snap on offense. Like, do you say anything to him, or how do you feel like he handled himself in that situation?
That's a hard situation to be in. Freshman center, you know, center leads the line. But when he came in, we told him just to play slow, not play slow, but to think through everything. And the best thing that we had was Ryan. Ryan Haas was able to really, you know, make some of the calls that he wasn't able to make, just to kind of take off a little bit of the thinking. We all feel like he played well. Again, I mean, ACC's hard. Any league is hard to come in as a center. You know, Coach Key talks about it all the time, having the ball between your legs, looking down. When you look up, you know, there could have been a shift. Linebacker could be coming. You don't know what's happening to the play. There could be motion in the backfield. Could be shifting, all types of different things. So that's a really, really, really hard position to be in, but I think he did well.
Rod?
How satisfying is it to see like Mason or Gibbs, running down the field for a touchdown like you saw the last couple of games. I imagine that makes the hard work all more satisfying.
Makes the pain mean something. When you're going up against guys banging heads, clashing against guys, and all of a sudden it gets quiet at the away games, or it gets loud when you're here, and you just look up, 10, 15 yards off of the end zone. It's like we did something good. Coaches know you did something good, but at the same time you have to go back to the middle. Can't get too high on it, so you can do it again next play.
Ken?
You mentioned finding efficiency working out. What's something that in the last couple of weeks you've identified?
Oh man, probably run blocking. Trying not to be a position blocker. Trying to move my feet more. Trying to play more physical up front. Trying to finish blocks more. Trying to go up to the linebacker level, more physical, better hands. And then in the pass game, definitely punching. It's easy to just use length to catch guys. But when you can actually, work individual hands and work individual punch and be able to catch guys when they're not ready, it makes your job a lot easier.
Go.
How narrow has the margin been this year for you guys to take some plays? Go back and look at Miami, felt there were a handful of plays, maybe if a guy gets a hand or just slows down a guy for half a second. Jeff gets the ball out or Gibbs breaks loose or whatever. Like, how do you feel like it's been really, really close in terms of having on more explosive plays this season for you guys?
It's definitely tight. When you think about football, it's an 11-man game, and if one person messes up their job, the whole play might not work. But at the same time, it's interesting because you could have a complete FUBAR where a whole group runs the wrong play and you can score out of it. At this point, it's really about setting up margin, which is something that we really have been trying to execute, especially this week. Coach Collins has been preaching it a lot because you never know when there's going to be one person off. So we try not to harp too much on that, and we try to just build on every single play, and everybody just really compete and do their own job.
Ken?
Have you noticed that the coaches are doing more to make sure that everyone's engaged and attitudes are good and all those sort of things?
Definitely. Oh man, fifth season, I've seen what eight, 9, 10 games in. Once the time goes back, everybody just starts to want to sleep a little bit more. But Collins does a really, really good job at keeping guys in, keeping guys juiced. And the best thing, I'll be honest, the best thing about practicing here is I never notice a lack of effort. I love the scout team, developmental guys. Taylor McCauley, Gray Carroll, Machias, oh my gosh, Akilo, Kevin, AC, LaMiles. The list goes on and on and on. Jalen Huff, the list goes on and on and on. There's always competing. There's always, talking back and forth. And I find myself being able to get better because of it. And, just that mindset that Collins has been able to allow us to have, that Key allows us to play with, that Nathan Brock, offensive GA, is able to coach on to the developmental guys. To let us compete like that is really, really good. Really, really good. So I feel like we're definitely staying engaged that way. Definitely.
Rod?
Weston got thrown into the game against Miami. How do you feel he did? And can you relate to what he was going through getting out there for the first time?
Yeah, I can. Well, I never played as a true freshman, to be honest with you. I was behind Will Holden. And so I never got thrown in at that young of an age, especially at an away game. And number one for Miami is supposed to be, like a mid-high round guy, like a really, really good player. So, watching the film, seeing how he's able to come in, seeing how he's able to really just try and hold his own and do the best he could, that's all you can ask from a guy like that. You don't expect too much. He'll be able to hold his own. You never expect too much because you don't want to put that pressure on him. So I was happy with the way that he played, the way he performed. I've definitely been in situations, my redshirt freshman year when I first started playing, where it's fast and it's, you're up in front of a very serious crowd, away game, and you're 18, 19 years old going up against 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds. So I'm very, very pleased with what he did, and I can definitely kind of feel what he's going through, and I'm proud of the way he's handling it.
Anything else for Devin? All right, Devin, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. I don't know if everybody saw, but he's one of only two who's won the award twice this year. So we'll go ahead and get started with Juanyeh Thomas. So, Rob?
How much further do you think you could have run on that?
Man, literally, I don't think I could run further. Like, I saw the end zone, and I just dropped to the ground because I was too tired, so.
Kelly?
It seemed like you and Reek finally kind of looked like maybe the 2019 version of you guys. Is that just being healthy and confident in what you guys are doing, or is there anything
Yeah, it's just a part of getting guys healthy, and I feel like this game Reek was healthy a lot, and then you know when Reek is healthy, everything clicks for us, because you know what I'm saying, he's the mode of the back end. So
do you feel like maybe when he's off it affects you a little bit, just you know, your brother's off a little bit, maybe messes with you a little bit at times?
Nah, it doesn't mess with me. It just, honestly, it's kind of a helping piece. If say I'm having a bad game, he knows he got to pick it up. If he's having a bad game, then I got to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really make me have a bad game. You know what I'm saying? So.
Ken?
As a leader on this team, have you kind of tried to keep your eyes more open to let's make sure everybody's attitudes are good? Upbeat, that sort of thing?
Yeah, that's just the thing about it, and one great thing about this team is, you know, we obviously been losing games, but our attitude, our focus, and our excitement to have other weeks to play games hasn't changed at all. Literally, if you never came in this program and you came to our practice or came in the locker room, you would never know we lost, because, you know what I'm saying, our attitudes, our spirits are still high, even though we haven't been winning. But really proud of this team and the way we still attack every week, even we have a little lumps and bruises. So.
Rob?
I know last year you were banged up quite a bit, went through some injury issues. How are you holding up this year physically?
I'm good, man. Coach Collins has been doing a great job trying to keep guys healthy in practice, and I thank him for that. Training room treatment, a lot of stuff been helping me. So I feel the best I've ever felt.
How difficult is this BC quarterback to deal with? They obviously run the ball well, and then he runs well. And he's a tough guy to take down. And likes to extend plays. So I imagine that's sort of a tough mix for you guys.
Yeah.
Both his running ability and his ability to extend plays.
Yeah, he's a really good quarterback. He came back, I think it was last week against VT. Yeah, last week he came back. He's a really good quarterback. Yes, he can pass the ball and he can run. So we got to keep our eyes on that and put our eyes on our keys and stuff. And you know what I'm saying, ready for the game. So.
Ken?
Who's the best quarterback you've faced this year?
I don't have a response to that, really. I mean, all of them have different things that they do good. So I really give respect to all of them, because if you really look at our schedule, we have really played some great quarterbacks, especially the first game. The dude transferred from Michigan State, he was a great quarterback. I mean, all of them, Clemson quarterback, Pitt quarterback. This quarterback we finna play Virginia, VT. All of them are great quarterbacks. So.
BC has gotten their starter back at quarterback. What do you remember about him?
Honestly, I remember his ability to run. He has a great arm strength, and he doesn't go down easy. So.
Kelly?
Do you have a touchdown or two-point conversion return in you that's not 100+ yards? It seems like that's your specialty, is the 90 to 100-yard full field return versus maybe something a little shorter. Is that like a goal maybe this year to get something that's not?
We will see, man. If it happens, it happens. So, man, if it happens, I'll be happy with it. If it don't, then I'll try again.
I mean, not many guys do the 2-point. I imagine there's only a handful of those, maybe a year, if that, every couple of years. But also the long, local, like that's kind of unusual for a guy to have both of those in one career.
Yeah, I am very blessed to be able to have those long returns, and it just shows if you do your job, things will come to you. So, and I just did my job on those plays, and they came to me, and I got a long return on both of them. So thankful for it all.
Was there a point in which you were like, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, or?
It wasn't really a point until I got to like the 10-yard line, and then like I started really getting gassed, and I put my eyes on person I was blocking was Mari Walton, which he blocked the whole way. Him and about 7 other guys helped me. Sylvain ran from the 10 all the way blocking the quarterback literally down the field, and I saw them too, and I was like, if I feel like I can't make it, I'm just gonna stay following them, and I stayed following them, and then once I got to about the 2, I just dove in and just collapsed on them. So thank you to them for that.
Anything else for Juanyeh? Ken?
We've talked with Coach Stacker a lot about not just one and trying to be better. And I think it's obvious, watching from the stands, like, oh, it's easy. You're just supposed to keep your
Right.
But what makes that hard at the back?
I mean, things happen. I mean, he's right. Whatever he said about the eyes being in the wrong place. I mean, things do happen, and you can say it's hard, but you just got to do your job. So.
Anything else? Juanyeh, you're the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. You know Malachi?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, so we've got Malachi Carter, and we'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for Malachi. Rod?
Where do you think the passing game is now as opposed to where it was at the beginning of the year?
Actually, that's actually a really good question. Beginning of the year, we didn't start out too hot, but I feel like also in the first half of the year, we stepped it up a lot more. Past couple games, it's been a little, night and day sometimes during the game. Sometimes it's going great, sometimes it's not. But, I just feel like at this point we've gotten a lot more comfortable, when it comes to what we see out of a defense, what we know will get us open, and just our game plan, the whole game plan going into our games. I just feel a lot more confident because, watching film on them and then seeing what we're going to do against them, and just seeing how it'll shape out once we play them on Saturday, it just makes me feel a lot more confident. So at this point, it's a lot more efficient, I'll say.
Just in terms of, different coverages that Boston
Right.
seem to play a lot of man-to-man.
Yes.
But it seems like some of the teams that have done that traditionally have gone away from that.
Right.
You guys have given more, try to keep you in front of you guys, and play more zone and give up some short passes. Has that been a little bit, I guess, different? And maybe you're not seeing the same things on film that you see in the game?
Yeah, it actually has been a little different, and I think the past 2 games, the defenses have done that to us. Miami, we thought they'd be more of a man coverage type deal, but when we came out first half, it was just all zone. They didn't really man us up until the second half of the game, so it kind of caught us off guard. But we kind of prepare for things like that. At the end of the day, when we have concepts, we like to have concepts on the backside for other coverages just in case, so it gives the quarterback a good chance to still make a play down the field by looking backside. But, teams are going to do that. Obviously they know that, these defenses are on film and they know you're going to game plan to beat it. So, it's not something that we don't expect. But, when you go out there and they give you something totally different than you've seen on film, it's always like, okay, we got to adjust on the fly. It's more of an in-game situation type of adjustment. But it's nothing that, is overwhelming for us as a team. We just adjust on the fly.
Ken?
I've asked some of them players about just kind of the attitude, morale, and just how it seems the team's still high. Just kind of, for you, as you see it, what does that enable that? I'm sure it'd be easy to go the other way.
Yeah. It's actually crazy because I was talking to one of my family members about that the other day, and I was just telling them it's kind of crazy that I still come here every day and everybody still got smiles on their faces and we're still bumping music in the locker room. We still come out here hype like we're undefeated or something, and it's honestly it's impressive to see by this team, especially a young team like we have, just to see everybody still bought in and everybody still believing. We still got these opportunities in front of us, and just to see the focus, from everybody at practice, even, even after practice. It's just everybody, just has a good spirit. It may not be going well on the field, but, we know what type of team we could be. We lost, 5 games this season by less than 10 points. So it's like we know what we should be, what we could be. So, I think that right there is what, keeps everybody's head up, just to, we weren't just out here getting blown out every game by these good teams. Like, we stuck with, most of the teams that we played against. But and I think that, that being the reason, everybody just, keeps a high head up and everybody just believes in each other. And the biggest thing is just our philosophy as a team, just to always be bought in and give it all you got, because, football is not forever. So whether you winning every game or losing every game, it would just be a waste of time to come out here and act like it don't matter and, kind of waste the practice, waste the day. It kind of, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice at that point. So I think, just with everybody having that mindset of, just as long as we out here together, we good. We all we got, we all we need. That's what we say. And as long as we believe that, I think that's what keeps, the morale so good around here.
Rod?
You go up against some of the freshman defensive players that we've heard about. What have you seen from the development of some of those guys like Tatum or Edwards?
Oh, on our team, yeah. What I see from them is I see a lot of comfort. We do a good job as older guys and making sure that the younger guys, feel like they want to make plays out there. It's easy to come in as a freshman and kind of, just want to play a role, not want to do too much, not want to just do the most to make a play. But, we kind of encourage that. And, once you do it, we do a good job of hyping each other up and making each other feel special, making each other feel good and making each other feel like they're valued on this team. So I think that's been the biggest thing. And because of that, you see Caleb Edwards and Tatum, it's like when they out there, they look like they've been here for 3 years already and they're just playing football, and they're just comfortable in this system. And the guys that are older than them, they do a good job of making them feel that way. So that's definitely what I see, just a sense of comfort and confidence.
Kelly?
Just in terms of the receiver room, it seems like it's dramatically different than 2 years ago. You
Right.
have multiple guys catching touchdowns, big plays, stepped up a lot.
Right.
Has that helped you in terms of maybe not being such a focal point for double teams and those kind of things, and maybe more coverage?
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to help, take the focus off you, when somebody else is doing their thing. And, and to see, guys like Kyrick and, especially Dondo, who hasn't, had the best, college experience when it comes to on the field. And just to see him breaking out and, doing his thing. And, I mean, that was amazing for me to see because that's my dog. I mean, all of them are my dog, but, I've been with him since Johnson was here. So, we kind of came up through this whole thing together and just to, finally see him get his shine. Just been great to see these past couple games. So it's been taking the focal point off me a little bit. But I mean, as long as all of us are eating, we all feel good about each other.
Ken?
Is coming back next year an option for you?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely an option. Yeah, because of COVID, got that extra year, so it's definitely an option.
Anything else for Malachi? Appreciate you, Ken.
All right, thank you guys.